Started the day off finally finishing that section there by adding something else to it. I just thought all this space up top there sort of wasted a bit, so now we got this big container here, goes back there, locks in. We've still got all this space down the bottom here, sort of below this lip. See down there. Plus, yeah, it's just a good way to fill that space. Otherwise, there's you wouldn't really be putting anything on top of that air vent that I can't even show you now. The air vent underneath, because there's nothing stopping it from just sliding off, going that way into the, you know, bed frame and that. And in the future, like there's not going to be any real good access, so you wouldn't put anything on top of there for risk of it disappearing. So as you can see there, I've just got it on a bit of a roller just on top of that air vent. I put a little runner under there just so it's not floating anymore, so it holds the weight without pulling it away from the wall. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. Locks in there, and that's that bit done and dusted. I don't think we can use any more space in there, but yeah, just need to build up now. This is the fold down bit that goes down there. I'm just sort of working on making sure this TV can go in there, and it's a bit of a gamble whether it's actually going to fit or not. It's going to be tight, but I'm going to carve that out and try and sit that in there, and that should be a pretty good notch to hold it in. And then I got these two mounted to the mounting points at the bottom. Hopefully it's enough. Just fucking whack a bunch of screws in here, hold it on. Hopefully, we'll see. It might not even fit, because when it folds down, the TV needs to fit in between here and here, and that's going to be bloody tight squeeze. So I've kind of eyed it in. I'll see. I'll do some measurements now. Hopefully it fits. So I've got that notched in, sort of sitting in. I'll just slide it back out in a bit of a notch that I made for it. Just got the drill into it and then a chisel later. I tried to do a time lapse, but I'm having trouble getting them to work this morning for some reason. But anyway, we got it slotted in like that now, and I've measured it. We've got fucking just too short. I think we'll just have trouble with that clipping. So mind you, it is still sticking out a bit. I wouldn't mind seeing what I can do about, you know, maybe taking a bit out of this. I don't know how big a job that's going to be, because there is a tiny little plastic trim that's holding it up here that's sticking out a little bit more than the rest, so I might just, but I don't want to make this ugly, so actually we might see, since snug there. See, that says we got 400 as our limit, and it looked like we have not quite 5mm to spare, but that's alright. Now the next thing we also need to do is, because on the back of this TV we've got a couple of plugs that need to go in, our HDMI and our power, and because it's sitting directly on this, we're probably going to have to get that other piece and carve out a bit of a box for that one, and maybe carve out some lines for our cables. It's gonna be a bit of a job, but we're not working with much space here, so we got to do what we can do, I suppose. Try and get time lapse going with this next bit, maybe see if it's going to work for me. It's starting to get a bit wet out here, so I'm going to just start putting some of this stuff inside, but I thought just quickly, because I just finished this, a couple of screws I got to take off, that'd be no good sleeping on. But yeah, TV underneath, just making this bit quick, come up good, and I've also put this on permanently, so I'm going to get me out of the rain. Just need to get rid of this handle here, which should be no dramas. It's just shifted this way slightly as we've been building it, but yeah. Alright, check that in there, these ones in there too, out of the rain, shut the door, Billy's all good, nice and sunny again. Billy's still all good. I've drawn these around the outside of these holes for the power HDMI cables, because what you'll do is, say you want to use your TV, there'll be cables tucked away over there, get them out, plug them in, and then you'll pull this up, and yeah, I'm going for a bit of change of pace this afternoon, because I don't want to just leave that as pencil on there. I want to get into that wood burner. I might be a bit ambitious with this, it might take a bit longer than I thought, but I'll see if I can do this, because I think it'll look cool. Burnt in there. Alyssa's been doing heaps over there, she's got heaps of practice. And I've got a little practice piece I'm going to start on to try and see if I can do these scales quickly by just stamping them rather than drawing them all. So I have a bit of practice and then we'll get into this one for the afternoon, I think. Something a bit different.
Hi, Bill.
Hey? A little Billy's door. A little access to the front. Hey, is it your favourite spot to spit? Yeah, yeah. Bit hot in here right now, but you love it in there, don't you? So that turned out alright. The scales don't look very good when you try and draw them by hand, they turn a bit blurry. I tried a few different spacings out with trying to just stamp it, and I thought that turned out alright. I think that's what I came out to, just so you can sort of see it from a distance. Still looks like scales, but when you get a bit close together they sort of get a bit muddly, a bit hard to sort of see, although it does look really cool like that. I don't know. But while I was doing that, or when I just was about to start in there, I managed to, if I can focus, yeah, break the thread off into the tool itself. I tried drilling it out and couldn't get it out, and there's no sort of, yeah, that's no good. So that was a bit of a bummer. But anyway, we ended up going to town, getting a few things. Got some bits and pieces, some more little screws, some magnetic stoppers for a few doors. I got a new handle for the thing, and a new wood burner. Plus a couple of drawer runners and some other bits and pieces, but yeah. So this one's got even more bits than the last one. So I'll have another little play around and see what I can do with these ones and get into the van.